Good morning everyone. It's probably close to 8:30. It's 8:47 in the morning here on Sunday morning, and I'm just getting ready to make my coffee. How is everybody today? Coffee ready. I usually put, since this is instant coffee, I usually put one big heaping spoonful and maybe a half, so 1.5 spoonfuls of these teaspoons, not tablespoons. I use this little teaspoon, so perfect this morning. Again, not much to talk about today, being Sunday. Looks like it's going to rain outside. But I thought I would get on here this morning and drink a cup of coffee with you guys. Get situated here. Okay. If anybody else is having coffee out there, then cheers. The mornings is usually pretty good over here. The neighbors, they all cook breakfast in the mornings. Sometimes you could get up and smell your breakfast. I think this morning I'm smells like spam or some kind of ham or something cooking, and you can smell spam or ham and eggs. The one thing I don't like is I don't like when you take these aluminum woks. I guess they're called woks, so I'm not really sure. We call them pans here. Rounded off kind of bottom pan, and because we've got some in there, and they take them and they get a whole fish. They take these fish that they buy, milk fish or whatever it is. They'll take them fish and they'll throw them in that hot aluminum wok pan, and oh, the smell is disgusting. I mean, it's just the nastiest smell in the world, and you gotta smell it out there. That and certain foods that they cook, I really just don't care, I don't want to smell that for breakfast. But I haven't been on just a couple days because these rain and the storms out there. And yes, I haven't got another cup. I'm still using this little glass thing that I've been using for probably a year and a half. I need to get me a good mug with a handle that's this size so I can drink me a good cup of coffee in the mornings. So it'd be Saturday night in the United States over there, so how's your Saturday night? I hope you're staying in. If you watch one of my other videos, I talk about being out on a Saturday night or a Friday night and stuff happening, so when you get to be my age, you finally realize, hey, stay home Saturday night, Friday night, that way you don't get in trouble. They have to come to your house to start something. Now, my daughter wanted me to slice her some cucumbers last night. So I sliced her up a cucumber, peeled it, and I put the peelings in the refrigerator. Figured I'd try me one this morning. the peelings. Peelings are good and nutritious if you wash them. Don't just get a cucumber. Don't get a cucumber straight out of the garden and say, hey, I'll bite that. Because it's nasty. And some of them you buy in the store here is nasty. In the United States, cucumbers and eggplants, things like that's much bigger, so it's easier to slice and peel and things like that. I've been watching YouTube. Been watching the news on YouTube and seeing a lot going on over in Iran. Seeing a lot going on. I guess they're bombing Kuwait now, and what's that other place? Saudi Arabia, and you know, I didn't know to this extent, but I knew that whenever they started this war thing, this escalation thing, I just knew this time it was going to get bad. I knew it wasn't going to be just 2 or 3 bombs and it was over with. Because there's certain countries that you can't reason with. And I liken it to Chuck and Larry. Remember Chuck and Larry, the one Adam Sandler movie where they were in this taxi cab? And I guess the taxi driver, he said the F word, you know, the gay F word, said that to them, and they're like, what'd you just say, you know? You want to beat down, we're going to beat you down, and blah, blah. And he's like, no, I'm fine and stuff. And then he sat there and he was driving. In a few minutes, he said, freaks or something like that to him. You know, he knew he was going to get beat up. The thing is, he just couldn't help himself. And that's what's happening over there in, what is that, Strait of Hormuz or whatever, where them ships are going through, and the Iranians or whatever, those people, I don't know, it's not all Iran, but it's certain people over there, and when the ships go through and they shoot a bomb at the ship or a missile at the ship and destroy it, and then Trump says, well, you did this and did that, and then he retaliates and strikes them, and they say, oh, we'll give up, we don't want to do it no more. Then another ship comes through and they just strike it. You know why they strike it? Because that's just what they do. So I knew this war was going to get worse. And yeah, it's a war. I knew it was going to get worse. So I just don't know how much worse, because when you have somebody that mouths off to you and you hit them, you punch them, they fall down on the ground. As they're on the ground laying there, they say, yeah, blah, 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 and they cuss you out while they're laying on the ground. So you get mad and you hit them some more. You know, face all messed up and stuff, you're hitting them more. And then a few minutes, they mouth off to you again. And you just beat them some more. You're like, hey, yeah, mouth off to me, I beat them some more. And laying there, oh, I've had enough, oh, I've had enough. And then they mouth off. You know why they're mouthing off to you? Because that's just what they do. So, I feel like a war is going to keep on going because it's just what they do. And the ones it's affecting is it's affecting people that live in the United States or some of these other countries, because whether we like it or not, we're paying for it. It's necessary to de-escalate and all this stuff, certain countries, but it's still war. And these fires that you're seeing, you're watching stuff and see fires going on in what is it, Europe and United States. It's not a coincidence. I know it's hot and dry everywhere, but that's not a coincidence. Maybe one fire or two fires or something, but you know, I got my suspicions about that stuff. That's all. Some of it might be dry brush and all that, but some of it might be somebody saying, hey, I could be famous. That, and let's see what else is going on in the news. Oh, that little area that Spain owns over there next to Morocco and all that. I heard all them people crowded, just rushed through the borders. They opened up the gates and let them come in, and they all just rushed. Thousands, hundreds of them, whatever. They came in there, and that little tiny area that Spain owns. Sounds familiar, you know, because it's what happened to the United States. But anyway, well, United States, I watched videos and live streams and stuff where they didn't have to rush across the border. They just walked across, you know. Walked across like Born in East LA, when they all just walked down the hill when they're locked and holding hands. Because, yeah, there was no urgency. There was no stopping them. They just came right on in. Well, they came in there in that little area, and they had a lot of comments on there saying, oh, they're going to make it over there and be in Spain. And I don't know, unless they get back on the boat again and actually cross to get into Spain. That's where they're at. Now, from the last video and the last images I saw, looked like they causing chaos over there, burning, setting fires, robbing and stealing and stuff. That, again, sounds familiar. I watched a video where these little kids were walking with their mom and dad, you know, I love you, mommy, and yeah, I love you too. And all of a sudden somebody walked by and just punched the little kid, or, you know, and then the mom said something, punched the mom, or that one lady, you know, knifed the kid. And that's, I call it heathenism, because when the devil gets in you, and he causes that stuff. It's moral people weren't raised right, but that's the devil, old devil working his way. So, I feel like that we're not getting out of this. You know, it's said in the Bible, war, famine, brother against brothers, and all that other stuff. So I don't think we're going to get out of it. I think, you know, I don't see how people can stop what's going on. You know, are you going to stop little, you know, Olivet, who used to be Oliver, from being trans or gay? You're not going to stop him from that, because he's got what he got, you know. So you just have to let it be. And anyways, we're not going to get into all that religious politics, all that stuff there. We're going to try to drink our coffee. Seems like whenever I make coffee and I go to drink it, it's always cold time I finish it. Can't have none of that. Now you got to see the wind blowing and the noise. That's because of the fan. I'm always leaving this fan on because even in the morning times the fan helps cool it down. It gets so hot in this little office area, this little workshop area of mine, that I usually try to keep a fan on. Now, my computer messed up yesterday again. It kind of messed up, kind of didn't, but I had to end up going out and buying yet another used computer off of Marketplace and changing the, it worked when I first got it that night. I plugged it in, hooked it up to a monitor, and it worked and everything. Next morning I got over here and plugged it in and everything, and no power. So I keep computers parts, other computer parts around, so I had a 700 watt power supply, a small one of a small case that I put in it and changed the power supply, and it works great. It's an older one too. It's Pentium 5, but really all I need it for is, watching my videos, and every once in a while I do a little editing, and so it works so far the last day or so. It's been working fine. Like I said, I haven't really been out there filming outside. I usually go out there and film outside, but I haven't been doing that because of the rain, or it's just been busy out there and I haven't had a chance to do that. So hopefully we'll get back in, get out there and get you guys a video of me walking around, but get you guys an exclusively entertaining video of me just walking around the block. There's Big Ben, Parliament, and well, anyways, didn't really have nothing to talk about this morning. I'm not Video Bob Mosley with his kitty cam. I had lizards to show you how to do a lizard cam. But anyways, take care, guys. See you probably in the next one here I do soon. And we'll do a little exercise or something. Take care.